Hello, everybody. My name's John, the Yin Yang Gemini. Just like to take a moment to comment here about the Jessica Jones television show on Netflix. Does this count as a television show if it's on Netflix? I don't know. We'll leave that to a philosophical matter for another time. I've seen a lot of people say that, oh my God, it's amazing. It's a wonderful show. It's not a wonderful show. It's a good show. It's not great, but it's good. B plus at times. The important thing about Jessica Jones, and I would put Once Upon a Time in with this as well, is what it normalizes. You know, in both the men are sort of either the villains or ineffectual, sometimes both. You know, in Jessica Jones, we have like 3 white guys in the whole thing. One of them is completely milquetoast and gets pretty much slaughtered like a lamb that he is. He's a veal, and that's how he ends up. We have one guy who should be the sort of normal superhero type. You know, he's tall, blonde hair, he's special ops, he's a cop, and all this other. He basically ends up either being, he's not even either being. He completely is submissive. You know, as soon as this bad stuff happens, he goes to this other thing and falls under the realm of this other people he's in before and then takes drugs. He's submissive. But I do think it is important that that's Shinigami. He's a pug. He's got to get his 2 cents in. It's important it shows that not only, he was kind of on the bottom with sex, but he was also giving the oral sex, and I think that that's really important to show and to normalize. But the third white guy is a completely sadistic, evil bastard. So it's starting to pull away from what is normally what is on every show or every movie ever. He's really trying to get his 2 cents in. But it puts women in positions of power, lawyers, doctors, movie TV stars. They got the superpowers. They're coming in. They're the ones who are taking power. They're the ones that are taking charge. They're the ones that are really driving the story and making things happen. And what's important, similar to Once Upon a Time, if you think about it, except for the villain Rumpelstiltskin, the only guy who's really effective in the show is the little kid, Henry. That's it. Those are like the only 2 guys who are really effective in the entire thing. You know, you have some villains who are guys in it with like Peter Pan and stuff, but it really comes down to it's about, the girls and the princesses. But the thing about Jessica Jones is Once Upon a Time kind of has the princess Disney girl audience built into it. Jessica Jones has the testosterone, big tits, spandex, big guns, claws, punchy, punchy, punch, sort of, 18 to 34-year-old male audience in there. And look at the things that it's now normalizing. It's got African-American characters who are interesting and complex and have, decent arcs regardless of whether or not they can actually act to them. I thought Luke Cage, the guy who plays Luke Cage, his acting kind of went down as the series went on. But Malcolm was kind of cool. He was really trying to help and trying to be this kind of cool balancing force after he was able to kind of get clean and everything. So that was a pretty good arc. With that, again, not world breaking, but look who it is that is being put in those positions. Instead of white males, you have African American males. You have women who are placed in all these different positions. The one cop, African American cop. They did the cliche, "You're 2 years from retirement, man," and of course he dies. So it's not above the cliches or any of that other stuff, but it is again normalizing things that we don't see as much. We're beginning to more the LGBT stuff, the women things, people of not white ethnicities becoming a little bit more prominent. But we still have Egyptian movies where white guys are playing Egyptians. Have you seen Egyptians? Do they look white? They look Middle Eastern. They're North African. They're Mediterranean. They're not white. Jesus wasn't white. These people aren't white. But it's beginning to normalize that. So instead of just having, okay, well, we're going to have these things that existed before, and now we're going to gender or race bend them into something else. either going from white to these other ethnicities or genders, or taking these other ethnicities and genders and then turning them into white males. We're not doing that as much anymore. We've lost so much cool stuff, so much myriad cool stuff that could have been absolutely world and life changing because we've done something like that. We don't need to bend previously enjoyed things into something else. What we need to do is put forth these characters, these roles, these stories as they should be. And I think that's one of the cool things that Jessica Jones helps to do, is make that happen, make that normal, instead of just, okay, well, we like this idea, but we'll make it a guy. Or, it's, a white person or an African American, and we'll make it African American, or make it white, or anything. No, it just sort of is what it is. It's making these things normal. It's putting these people out there in places where they just should kind of be anyway. So that's it. That's my general opinion of Jessica Jones. Not a great show if you take it in terms of a show, but I think it normalizes important cultural things that we're way freaking behind on anyway. So, John, the Yin Yang Gemini, signing off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Enjoy.